Touch of Evil may be the more enjoyable of Fulci's films after the last three. I mean, it in terms of gore VFX. Otherwise, it's not like there's a profound bastion of substance to be found within the feature. Frankly, let me read out a couple of older IMDb films. D Weeks 1 on the 5th of February 2005. Short and sweet Fulci gore flick. The name is Parson Lester Parson. That's right, almost like a person, but not quite. Such a strange little gory Fulci movie. Lester Parson is a sadistic serial killer with a gambling problem. He also talks to his shadow by pressing play on a tape recorder. His shadow talks back with advice and words of wisdom. Yes, this is a freak of a movie, which is why I like it so much. Of Fulci's later movies, Touch of Death is definitely one of his best. It has some decent gore and is short and sweet, 82 minutes. Most of the clips from Fulci's Cat in the Brain film were taken from Touch of Death. This movie is only for Fulci fans. It might be considered crap by normal folk. Miss Monochrome on the 31st of December 2005. Lifestyles of the rich and disfigured. Touch of Death is the story of Lester Pearson, a down on his luck gambler who starts seducing wealthy women with various deformities, then killing them off for a prefix lunch of human flesh and cash for his horse racing betting debts. Fulci has an off-tenuous grasp on his plots, but this has to be the most ridiculously over-the-top entry in the canon, for the gore is the usual splatter spectacle, the best of which effects is probably the scene where the blackmailing vagrant is run over with Lester's car. It's housed in too goofy of a context to be scary. After several of the least politically correct murder scenes in film, a bearded lady meets death in a microwave, an inexplicably opera-singing widow who solows in her sleep is interrupted by being strangled, and some darkly comic body disposal complete with silly cartoonish theme music, Lester realizes he has a larger problem than lady killing. An imitator is leaving incriminating evidence at the scene of his crimes that points to Lester. Before long, his picture, modus operandi, and DNA genetic code are being broadcast on the nightly news. Will his latest target, Cannibal Ferox's Zora Kirova, find out before it's too late? The final twist makes no logical sense and shoestring budget shows, but Touch of Death is mindless, guilty pleasure of Fulci, poking fun at himself that will entertain his devoted fans. To some degree, I will agree with that, absolutely. Thanks everyone, I appreciate it really very immensely.